is going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing the most in-depth action figure reviews here on YouTube. And today we're taking a WWE Mattel Elite Greatest Hits featuring Cody Rhodes and The Miz. If you are interested in grabbing these figures, they are now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. And you guys shop, use promo code FORLIFE to save 10% off your order. I was very excited to grab these figures. I don't know if I really needed anyone else from the set, so I did pick up these two. We're getting a redone Cody Rhodes with his mask here and this awesome hoodie. I never actually grabbed this figure. I feel like this was very highly sought after and was very expensive on the secondary market. And now we're getting a better version of the Remember that jacket looking very thin compared to this one. Just a nice new thicker material. He does come with the bag too. The disgusting messed up face of Cody Rhodes will also have this clear mask and then a bunch of interchangeable hands as well. And we are also getting the Miz. I feel like we have not seen a lot of Miz figures as of late. Believe it or not, I only have one Miz figure in my collection. I believe it's the blue one in Elite 11, which is crazy. But this was kind of like, you know, the main event Miz. Like, this is when he was on top of his game. I believe this was a WrestleMania Elite figure. I did have that figure in my collection. I feel like every time a new Miz came out, I just upgraded to the better version because I only needed one in my collection, and until he finally made it out of the collection. And now we're getting kind of a redone version from that era of like 2012-ish, I want to say. So happy to have it here. Did add this to my collection. As far as the packaging, you will see the standard box for 2024 has the Greatest Hits logo on both boxes with the nameplates and the images of both superstars. On the sides, you will see the nameplates, the Greatest Hits logo. Flipping to the other side to get the image of both The Miz and Cody Rhodes. On the back, you'll see all the other figures from the wave. The only one I'm kicking the tires on is Natalya, and I don't know if I want the Chase or the standard version, but for now, I went with Miz and Cody. I don't need King Sheamus. I don't need another John Cena. I definitely don't want a Shield Roma. I feel like I have one Shield Roma in my collection. I believe it was his first one, Elite 30-something. It's not coming to me off the top of my head, but another Roman from his tag team run with a Shield with the old school tag team championship belts. But if you guys would like to take a look at the review of The Miz, you can pause and do so right now. Same for Cody. But enough chatting. Let's get both these guys out of the packaging and see what they're all about. We are starting our review off with The Miz. I'll be honest, I was really excited to grab this figure. I only have one other Miz in my collection. It's kind of crazy to say, especially how long he's been in WWE. But this was my favorite run of The Miz. Obviously, I think most people's. We did see this as a WrestleMania 27 Elite quite a while ago. This figure seems to be significantly upgraded. But let's take a look at all the accessories included. You'll get a set of the open hands, as well as a set of fisted hands for Miz. And he also does come with the mic open holding hands as he holds the spinner title here. We will get this belt out of his hands here, a little snug. And we can take a quick close-up look at this belt. This one actually does spin, as opposed to some of the other ones that are supposed to spin and don't. I will say the center plate looks a little duller. It doesn't have quite the shine that the outer plates do, or even the side plates here. But you can see it does look pretty nice. Obviously an upgrade. I believe the original Miz came with the dull title. It does have the VAC finish here. I love how they have left and right on the back now, man. Some of these factory errors, I feel like I miss them sometimes doing these reviews. I'm going so quick. Some people be like, hey, your figure has 2 left arms, which happened with my Ultimate Scott Hall. Or, hey, your side plate is the same as 2 left ones. It's just, so if I missed it here, I apologize, but I do appreciate you guys pointing all that out because it's hard catching these on these reviews. But he also does come with this rubber entrance jacket. And I remember when I had this figure, I hated that jacket so much. I displayed him without it. As nice as it looks, it's just not fun when you can't pose the figure around. And listen, I understand why they did it for this re-release, but you'll see all the nice kind of stitching on here, or the pads, nice sculpted details, little logos up here. Very minimal paint application on here. Some silver paint applications for some like buckles and stuff. You can see how he drapes down. I don't know, man. Ever since The Miz switched to that Hollywood garbage gimmick, he's become such a jobber. And I hate to say that because he was one of the biggest heels in the business, man. He did such a great job with his battle versus John Cena at WrestleMania. And like I said, great on the mic. Just, I don't know. That Hollywood gimmick's not doing it for me. And I feel like he just hasn't switched it up. Let's see how hard it is to get this coat off of the figure. And I'll be honest, it's not as stiff as the original I remember having, but man, this is not easy either. All right, you know what? I'm going to go do this off camera because I feel like it's going to take me a while. All right, I'm not going to lie. That was not easy to do. It took a little bit of force. Like I said, it is a little stiff, especially around the arms here. They are very thick padding for this jacket, but we were able to successfully remove the figure, or the jacket, off the figure. Be careful with the head. Mine was a little snug. I like popped it off to make it a little easier. And it was a little more snug than I would have liked to remove the head, but hopefully maybe that's just mine, but just give you a quick tip. But this figure actually looks really good. Let's zoom in. We'll start off with the actual head here. I love the look of the Miz here. Very much of that era, the kind of pissed off looking Miz here. Updated head scan with the new TrueFX facial technology. Looks pretty good. He does have the mohawk, as you guys can see here. He also does have the traditional Miz body that we've come to see with the Daniel Bryan torso. Does have the tall black wrist tape here. Can see his trunks look pretty good. It's awesome. And this was a darker, like, brownish color. This looks more like a copper kind of finish to it. Looks really nice. I do like how it has B-Miz. A little bit of some scratch paint off here, but like the look of it. Much more of an upgrade than the original figure. Going down to his kickers as well. This just looks really nice, man. Look at the inside. You have Awesome on there, if you guys can't see that. On the sides here, more logos. You have the Miz logo on the back. He does have the old kick pad mold, so they did not upgrade this for the new articulated figures that we have coming out. But let's go through the actual articulation. The head will fully rotate. Arm goes fully around pretty good. You got the bicep swivel. The arm goes out. Double jointed, pinless elbows here. Your hands will fully rotate and hinge. You get your ab crunch, which is good. Waist swivel, a little tight, but not too bad. Here's the big one, legs, right? I'm like curious to see how we are progressing with these issues with these legs from the factory. Kicks up about that much. The splits are very tight, man. Very tight. I feel like it's like a drop down hip, man. Leg goes up, but for some reason, it's very stiff on the ball joint here. Or is this a new ratchet joint? I don't even know anymore, man. I don't know what they're doing. You get the thigh cut, the double jointed pin legs, which moves pretty good. Boot articulation does go up and down, and it's slight right rocker ankle rotation. Could be worse, right? We've seen figures where the legs barely go up. May have to heat him for his outer kicks, but for the most part, it is better than what we've seen before. So here's the only other Miz I have in my collection, the Elite 11. I love the blue attire. He's got the Money in the Bank briefcase that he carried around for so long, threw on the spinner belt. But if you guys want to compare him, we'll get all these accessories off. You can see how he's got a little bit more of a tan on the new one, kind of more of a shinier plastic. The arms are about the same, except obviously the double jointed elbows added there. Same kind of wrist tape. You can see the difference on the kickers. I feel like this figure still holds. Obviously, I did swap the head out from, I believe this was maybe a basic Miz. But you can see the difference on how they stack up from Mattel from way back when to now. I really like both these figures. I hope to get more kind of Miz figures from this era, to be honest. Moving on to our grotesque, disgusting Cody Rhodes figure. So this is a re-release of the Elite 13 figure, but significantly upgraded if you ask me. Just the jacket alone, I feel like that figure was highly sought after. I actually wanted to add to my collection. I never found it. He came with that, like, just a black hoodie, and now you can see all the detailed designs and much thicker material. Looks way nicer. But let's jump into all the accessories included. So Cody, of course, comes with his open hands here. Of course, he's not doing the wall pose at this point. He does have the mic open holding hands, as well as the fisted hands on the figure. You get the bag to put over the face of the ugly people in the crowd, or if you want to put it on Cody Rhodes himself, you can do so here. Fits on there really nice. Not too stiff of a plastic, but not too soft either. You can see a little bit of the molding on the inside. Looks pretty good. Cody actually does come with this mask too, which I will be honest, this was a little difficult to get on. It wasn't extremely difficult, but definitely a little bit more forced than I would have liked to kind of slide it on. So I wonder when taking it off if it'll screw up any of his paint application on the face. But it looks pretty good once you get it situated. It will go down over his nose where you can see his eyes coming through the mask. Kind of nice, clear, translucent plastic. Like I said, you really got to keep pulling down, because at one point I got here and his eyes weren't really showing through, and I gave it one more nudge down and it fit a lot better. But look at this entrance jacket. It's got the nice designs on here. It's kind of like a nice, soft, kind of like a leathery feel to it. Does have the hood here, more detailing on the back. I feel like this jacket alone really sells this figure. We can remove it off here, off of Cody, and we'll get a better look at it. You can see just the plain black under here. Velcro's on in the front, but looks really good if you ask me. So here is your Cody Rhodes body. He does have the skinnier torso at this point. Does have the hand and wrist tape. I don't see any staining from the jacket. That was my only real concern. But you can take a quick look around the figure, and we will zoom in and take a more close up in-depth look. You can see his torso again. the design on his trunks. The CR with the kind of like maroonish color. Nothing on the back. Does have the bigger knee pads, the plain black boots. I believe this is the older articulation. It is. You can see a little bit of the gap. That should clean up with the new ankle articulation that they've added to their Elite figures. If you guys want to go through some quick articulation, the head will fully rotate. The arm will go fully round. Also hinges in and out. You have the bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. Hands do hinge and rotate pretty good. Good articulation at the ab crunch. Waist is pretty smooth. Legs kick out, no problems. Maybe going back a little bit, but definitely not as stiff as the Miz. Kicks up pretty good. He does have the double jointed pin legs. There is a boot cut, also a thigh cut. Great articulation, great figure. This is a huge upgrade if you ask me. And getting a quick close-up of that head sculpt without the mask on. The mask actually was a little easier to take off than put on, so maybe just need to stretch out. Head sculpt looks great. I will say my lips look slightly misprinted. You can see maybe a little more lip on this side than over here, but that's okay. You can see great likeness to Cody. He does have the black hair. I personally will be displaying him with the mask anyway, so that's probably right I'm going to go. But this figure, head sculpt, actually looks really great. I feel like we could do Cody Rhodes comparisons all day, but let's just do a few here. We have some of the American Nightmare gimmick Cody, and of course we got to remove this mask off of this grotesque, evil, ugly Cody Rhodes. We do have the Royal Rumble Elite here with the updated articulation on the ankles here with the boots. You can see how they stack up height-wise, and again, just it's kind of crazy Cody Rhodes, how he used to look to now. You also do have the Ultimate Edition, probably still my favorite Cody Rhodes figure in my collection, but some kind of more current-day looks versus something from the past. A few more Cody comparisons from some different runs. So we have the Elite 103 Stardust figure here on the right, but definitely an older Cody. We have the Elite 32, and you can see, I believe this is what the head sculpt was based off of. How far we've come, wow, it's night and day. This just looks, listen, for the time this is great, but it looks so cartoony compared to this head we have here in the middle with the brand new Greatest Hits Elite. Stack up around the same height. You can see the arms are a little bigger on the older Cody figure, but great figures all across the board. I'm looking forward to some more Cody figures from the past. If you guys have enjoyed this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow and allows me to create more great content for you guys. I want to know all your thoughts on these brand new Greatest Hits Elite figures. Will you be looking to add any of them to your collection? Will be passing? Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my YouTube channel. My personal take on both these figures. Listen, this was not my favorite time in wrestling, but I do kind of have a nostalgic feel to it now. It's over 10 years, which is crazy to think. This Miz figure, top notch. I love all the new upgrades to the attire. I love the we're getting a spinner belt, which looks a lot more realistic than what we got with the original Elite from WrestleMania 27. I still don't like the entrance coat. It looks like he's a penguin. I don't know. I've just never been a fan of them, and to see it again back here in modern day, I don't have any good feels towards it. But I think this is a significant upgrade over the original figure. I might remove the jacket out. It looks cool, but like when you want to pose around and like kind of get him in some different posing display options or whatever, it just doesn't look as cool. I think that's kind of the best you're going to be able to get if you have an extra Money in the Bank briefcase to throw with him. Cody Rhodes, I highly recommend this figure. Throw on a white Intercontinental Championship belt with him. Pluses up. Love the head sculpt. Love the mask. The jacket is phenomenal. You get the interchangeable hands with it. Definitely do not sleep on this figure. It is way better than the original Elite 13. So if you are interested in grabbing any of these figures, they are now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. You guys shop, use promo code 4LIFE to save 10% off your order. I still may go back and get Natalia. I'm not sure, but that is the only figure I probably would want from this set. So let me know all your thoughts on these figures, and I do appreciate you checking this video out, and I'll catch you all on the next video review.